Oh boy, this game again. You might be wondering why the crap I'd be doing this when I've already put up a very hard mode run, and a medium mode speedrun sort of thing, and an obstacle course, and probably some other crap that I've forgotten. Well, it's been exactly 1 year since the day that I put up my very hard mode run, and so as my way of sort of celebrating that, since it's one of my most popular things that I've ever uploaded, I've decided to try Impossible Mode, which is one of the few things that could actually have the name Impossible Mode and have that be literal, because I'm fairly sure nobody has ever beaten this. I think somebody claimed to have beaten it before, but that was in an old version of the game where it actually did sort of save which bosses you had already beaten. So technically, you could go through the game a whole bunch of times. Like, you would die a few times, but you could do it. It would require getting through the minecart and Guy's Castle segments all in one go, but that's not as bad as going through the whole game in one go. So anyway, as you might notice in the background, there's like music playing but no sound effects. That's because I recorded without any sound, since I can't really record sound normally. And then I added the music in later, so yeah, that's why it's like that. And I don't bother putting in like all the different cuts for the Tyson fight. Tyson fight I sped up because everybody's seen it a million times, and yeah, there's nothing really to say about that. Some parts like this I could have sped up but didn't because I wanted to have the music still working. So anyway, here's where the first weird part of my route comes in. I had left after Tyson instead of going right and doing that whole spiel. I'm not sure if this is actually a wise decision, but I would needed to get back to the beginning so I could try another boss, and I felt that this was probably the best way to get there instead of going to the room with like the pond and then just sort of working my way back from there. This way is slightly easier, I think, even though that one jump is kind of bad. So yeah, here I go back to the start. And hey, I'm just gonna walk left here, because the spike wall doesn't come, it's like a different wall. Weird stuff. This whole part is really, really weird. It like, I don't know exactly what causes the wall to come out, you just have to sort of try it a few times, and eventually it will. And this only happens if you actually like activate it, the one that crushes down on you, on the room with the clouds, and then come back here. So, yeah. Here I'm heading to Craigheath because my goal with this run was to beat at least 3 bosses in Impossible. And that's exactly how many I did. I figured out later that it might be possible for me to get 5, but that's really asking a lot of me, because I'm not that good at this game. And if I was gonna do 5 bosses, basically I'd just keep going right after Tyson, and then I'd have to go through the Zelda room, the Ghosts and Goblins segment, the Birdo fight, the room after the Birdo fight, which I hate, the room after that one, which I hate because it has an impossible spike jump in it, the fan room, and then all of the Castlevania segment. I have to get through all of that completely unscathed, then head back and go to the Craigheath segment, and then either do Bowser or Mother Brain. I think that if I had, like, my head in the game, and I put in, like, an entire day's worth of effort, I might be able to pull it off. But I'm not gonna try. I tried a little bit, and I kept sucking so much. I could not get in through the Ghosts and Goblins segment at all. When I'm just practicing that one segment, it's not that bad, but when I'm under pressure, I can't do it. I die every time. If not at that first spike hallway, then at the second one with the moving platform. I don't think I got past that a single time. So yeah, here's this part, which, the first time I played the game, this was one of the first areas I went through, because I went left the first time, and it took me so many hours to get through this, and now I can breeze through it like it's nothing. That's pretty much this game in a nutshell. It's not that hard. if you know where all the traps are. If you practice it a little bit, beat the whole game once or twice, you'll probably be able to get through it again many times after that with little or no trouble. In saying that, you would think that it wouldn't be any fun anymore, but I still think that it is. There's just something about this game that I find is always entertaining. Because if you know where all the traps are, every time that you die, it is your fault. You just have to be really careful all the time. So here's the Kraid Gate fight, which is also sped up. And there I count my shots. I do 8 shots on the first round, 6 on the second round, so then he has 14 damage, because once he has 15 damage, he goes into his second phase. So here I just skip that and glitch it. I'm sure most of you already know the glitch, but that's the best way to activate it, is to give him 14 damage and then just shoot like hell. So, that's 2 bosses down. The sound, I think, went kind of out of sync there. I'm hoping it's because Camtasia is being weird. It has been kind of speeding up and slowing down at parts. So I watched this whole thing before, and it seemed alright then. So here I could either do Bowser or Mother Brain. I decided to go for Bowser because they're both, it's the lesser of two evils, pretty much. The Bowser fight, well, Bowser himself and then Wart are, like, sickeningly easy, and then Wily is, like, okay, but then I usually choke at the bowling ball. Mother Brain is, like, yeah, you have to just pretty much get lucky there, because there's too much crap flying around. And it's very easy to screw up, and actually getting there is hard. There's the fall in place with the Mega Man music, there's that one, like, drop to her lair, where you have to, like, just narrowly dodge the spikes and stuff. Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass to get there. So I decided to go with this. Here, once again, I put some of the parts of the fight in normal speed, basically when I'm not fighting anything, because I wanted the dramatic Bowser music to play and sync up with what's going on the screen. Completely unimportant, but I just wanted to do it anyway. Oh yeah, and there's my extremely fast shooting. There's like a certain part in this fight where if you start mashing the button, you'll be able to get more than 4 shots on screen, and so I just keep it going for pretty much the whole thing. It is very tiring on my finger, but at least it makes things simpler with Wily, because I can kill it easily with one bowling ball. Yeah, seriously, look how many times I have to shoot there. I'm basically just jamming on that left arrow key, hoping that I won't break it. My arrow keys actually are kind of making strange noises lately, which is odd because I don't use them that often. And this part, oh my god, something with this fight lagged, I think. These fireballs are being dropped way too close for comfort. I got very close to dying here a few times, but I managed to be lucky. So here, just hoping like hell he dies, and I succeeded. And here basically I'm praying to get over this bowling ball, which I managed to do. There you might have heard a little extra jumping sound effect. That's because I recorded this. That, like, victory song I recorded from my very hard mode run. So, yeah. I just took the video of that, extracted the audio, put it in this one, because I didn't want to bother finding it any other place. Okay. This is where I expected to die, but I managed to keep going. And at this point, I'm not really expecting to get much further, because I really hate this tower. It's not even that hard, but I always manage to botch it up in some way or another. So, man, this jump screwed me over a few times. Like in practice runs. Yeah, not much to say here. You can tell, I mean, I already said that I only beat 3 bosses. You can see that the video is going to be over pretty soon. So you know that my death is coming pretty soon. It's just the question of when and how. So I don't really have much else to say. But this will be my last upload of the year, I think. 2008 has been a very good year for me. It was the first year that I started doing LPs, and today, actually, I finally got over 9,000 views, according to the Insight graph, which I don't think I've ever achieved before. My subscriptions are going up, and I don't understand why. I wish I knew why I have so many views, because I haven't uploaded anything lately. Anyway, here, I die. So, that's the end of this game. If anybody can top it, please record it and upload it so we can all see. And I hope you have a Happy New Year. And on the 1st, I will be uploading something else that's pretty neat.